Hi, welcome to Motherly Mondays.
All right, Mom, this week we have a question from a viewer who wants to know, he's come out to some family, he's come out to some friends, but he's not out to his mother because he's not sure if she will still love him or if she'll accept him. What would your tips be? What would you say? How should he come out?
Well, that's a very personal thing, of course. And I can only give you my opinion, is the first thing you have to figure out or think about is, and I think you are older, I think you're 22?
He's 23.
23. Okay, then you may have a little leverage. But the thing is, you have to realize that sometimes when you come out, where you're living may have to change real quick, unfortunately, because they can throw you out. I've heard terrible stories about that. So if you're older, maybe that's not such an issue. If you're 14 or 15, you have to be real careful because you don't want to get thrown out of your house and then have no place to live. So first think about that. Hopefully that will not ever happen to you. But I think all you can really do is just have a heart-to-heart. First thing I would say, and again, what I say doesn't mean it's right. It just makes sense to me as a mother. I think you should just say, Mom, could I talk to you when you're alone, when she's not really tired, when she's not just walked in from work, and say, I really need to talk to you about something really important. Can we really talk about anything? And go from there. I mean, I can't believe that a mother would stop loving a child. I know it happens, but I can't believe that happens every single time.
Well, my opinion personally is the same thing. You got to make sure that you're ready to come out, that you're going to be able to live where you are, and if you're not, you're able to support yourself if you are kicked out of the house or you have somewhere to go. Right. So that's really important. Now, Mom, how did you take it when I came out?
Well, when you came out, it wasn't a big event. It was just, I don't really remember the day you ever came out because every year, one little thing, it was like a stepping stone, like a jigsaw puzzle. So for me, it wasn't, I had inklings anyway. Because your father was gay. So it was no real shock to me when it happened. You told me different things when you were 9 years old, 11, 12. It just was one, like making a cake. All the ingredients were there, and one day the cake was made. It was no big event.
Yeah, I just told you, Mom, I'm gay, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, but it's like not anything I didn't already know.
All right, Mom, we have one more question. I didn't tell you this one.
Oh, okay. Shock,
There's
surprise.
this one I think you'll be able to do really well with. There is a man that is talked to me on YouTube who has told me he recently had a wife for 5 years and he is bisexual. But he is now with a man and they have kids. Him and his wife did. The kids know that he has a boyfriend. What would you say to make sure that the kids are comfortable when they're around him and so that they don't grow up, disliking him or being uncomfortable?
Well, that happened to me. With 3 little boys, so you have to be very careful what those children see.
That's what I said. I was like, you really got to limit the PDA.
Being gay and straight and anything in between, that's what I always say, is fine and dandy, but you know what? You got to watch out for the kids. That's the most important thing to me. I don't care if you have to control yourself and if you got to live in a closet for a little bit longer, you really need to do it. I'm not saying that goes for everybody's situation, but there's nothing more important than those children and how they're going to feel and how they're going to develop. I would suggest, it depends on how old they are, I would go see some kind of a specialist, a counselor that's really knows how to deal with that sort of situation before you ever have that other person involved with your children.
They already have been, from what I know.
Well, hopefully, because, sometimes...
No, they've already been, the boyfriend's already met him, and they like him.
Yeah, but the thing is, they may not know exactly what's going on. They may not know exactly how this is going to change their lives. They may not know exactly why mommy doesn't, can't buy this anymore. Mommy can't live here anymore. All this has to do with the father coming out. So, number one, the mother and father have to be on the same page. That's where a lot of the trouble starts, at least in my situation. I would say milk before meat. Don't give those little kids too much. So, that's all I can say is, I think you need to maybe back up and make sure that you get the right kind of counseling with the children to help give them the information. They may not know what to do with it, but I'm not sure that's something you can do by yourself. You can sit there and have a heart-to-heart and tell them the truth, but I'm not sure that if they're very young, they need to know everything all at once.
Well, that's what I said, is I was like, limit the details in the PDA, but I do think it's important for children to be exposed to a gay lifestyle if that's what they're going to be involved with, so they don't grow up thinking that it's wrong or hating it.
Right. Eventually you're going to make sense of it. Even if it's something you don't like or understand when you're 5, you'll get to understand it when you're 20. It may take a while, but you can relieve a lot of pain involved in children's lives and the mother that's involved. I'm always going to stand up for the mother because if you have no clue, what the heck are you supposed to do with this information you've just been given? But the most important thing is the children. So I say go get counseling by yourself to find out what do they tell you is the best way to go about telling your children. And then you just got to go with your heart. You know, if they're asking questions, you're just going to have to answer it. But big thing is you cannot put those kids in a situation where they're exposed to way too much. They may get it, but they don't have to get it today. You know what I'm saying? Get back to me and let me know how it went. I hope it goes really well.
Do you have any last quotes that you want to give our viewers to follow up with the week to think about?
Think about something you like about yourself. And then do something nice for somebody. They don't even, and I mean, this sounds sappy, but I'm telling you, it's a really nice thing. What's the saying? The littlest deed is worth so much more than the biggest intention. And I really like to live my life. If there's something you can do nice for somebody else, you don't need to get the credit for it. They don't even know who it is. Just do something nice. But remember to always think about the good that you have and be proud of who you are. To thine own self be true is my motto. See you next week on Motherly Mondays. Bye.